here's a bean related story.
Okay.
This is fairly quick.
Don't be quick. Stretch it out. We got time to fill.
We got 10 minutes for bean story.
As I mentioned, my dad's a landscape gardener, or he was before he retired.
Yes.
And one of his customers found a package of beans in like their shed that had been left there by their gardener, like a gardener that they had like many years ago.
Okay, so these are like dry beans, but you can plant them to let them germinate.
They're dried, and they're actually, and the gardener's was his name was Tung, and nobody knows so the variety of beans, like they had been there for like I think since like the Second World War or something. Like they've been there for a really long time.
Okay.
And dried out completely.
Okay.
But they tried it and they germinated, and they grew them, and they are a bean that seems to be a unique type of bean.
Okay.
And you can buy them, and so for a long time my dad kind of encouraged her to do this, that she like people could like write to her. And she would send them like a little package of these beans.
Right.
And there are people selling them now. And yeah, if you look for Tung's beans,
that's where they came from.
They're from Victoria here. There's a whole story. I forget the entire story about them, but they're a sort of heritage bean that nobody, whether they were sort of a crossbreed that this gardener had made originally. They can. Beans are one of those weird things that they can sit there and dry out and be completely fine for
decades.
And and you can, you can go. I believe there are several places that sell them online.
I remember being amazed as a child in kindergarten, in ECS is what we called it, where they all gave us beans. We put them in wet paper towel, and then we come back the next couple of days, and then it's like, okay, now you can plant them in dirt because they've started to sprout.
It'd be like lima beans or something.
Something like that, yeah. And I was just like blown away at the fact that it's like they just gave me a thing that's food, but then they put it in wet paper towel, and you'll get to see what it does. And it's like, okay, and I was like, this is really neat that this is what you can do. Paul, because your dad was a landscape gardener, did you A, ever do this experiment as a very young child, or B, did he do that with you to show you? And if you did it in class, were you like, old news?
The growing beans?
Yeah.
I did it in class.
Okay.
And I mean, I knew that beans grow.
Yeah, sure. But you get to see it happen.
But seeing it happen, yeah. In class we did a thing where we were like, it was supposed to be a science thing where it was like everybody got, you got some beans. And then each person had to like set up an experiment with the bean.
Oh, okay.
So not just like grow it, but like
irradiate it,
or grow it in some sort of different thing. Like some people would like grew it in not soil.
Right, like carpet.
Yeah, or grow it in something else. Like, and mine was I covered the container that they were growing in with like some paper towel, like sort of opaque sort of paper towel.
So no light could get in.
Yeah, so or I guess some light would have sort of filtered in, but it's that, and so they grow up, and they did eventually like break through the paper towel, which that was what I was hoping would happen.
That's cool. Life finds a way.
The really interesting part was one of my friends did one where it was basically they just like filled the container with like cotton swabs.
Sure.
And like, so they're wet, but like there's no nutrients there. Mm-hmm. And it was interesting because for the first couple days, they grew just as well as anybody else's beans. Because for the first couple days, it's using the sort of
food from the inside of the bean.
nutrients inside it's using the sort of quick start nutrients inside the bean. But then eventually, obviously, it ran out of stuff and stopped. But that was sort of a neat, as a kid's science experiment, that was like, oh, that is data. That was an interesting piece of data.
I was worried you were going to say he put it in cotton balls, and it was like all he had was rubbing alcohol, so he put that in there too. And then the bean like started to grow, but then it got drunk.
Dude, your beans are drunk.
Growing all over the weird direction.
Yeah.
Falls over. Yeah, we did that, except I did one just in complete darkness. You get the weird, like, white
Yeah.
beam
Oh,
that
cool.
doesn't, never
That's cool.
develops any chlorophyll.
Sad bean.
Yeah.
I got a tiny cup of dirt for my bean.
Okay, you got to put a bean in it. They
Yeah.
didn't just give you a cup of dirt and be like, do something with this.
Have fun, kid.
We can't afford beans this year.
One of you has the bean, and the rest of you are going to get Fs. So,
Fight! Cutbacks!
how did that go with a tiny cup of dirt?
Probably better than a paper towel.
Yeah, overall.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Is that one of those things where it was like you do it over a long period of time? Then they're like, we'll give you weeks and weeks to do it, or
So it was like a couple weeks, or I think it was about a week to see like some sort of beginning growth.
okay.
And then we all got to learn how to transfer our tiny cups of dirt into the outside little garden area.
Oh, that's nice.
And then all of our plants died, so you know.
Great. It teaches you about the circle of life.
Exactly, we got
And
to
how
learn
everything
how to...
you love shall die
Yeah.
eventually.
They need to teach kids that with like perennials, so that when they come back next year, they can see their stuff is still growing.
The
Or the class gerbil.
Yeah. They come back and the gerbil is
Alive.
alive again.
alive,
Definitely.
it just changed its pattern for some reason.
Exactly. That's what happens. That's what Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White.
Yeah. The my dad one time actually
Killed a gerbil?
came into you
Resurrected a gerbil.
they do the thing where
Tiny gerbils
where like
are.
parents come in to do some help out or
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah.
And he did a thing where he did you put a white flower in colored water,
Oh, neat.
and you can see the capillary action of the water go up, and then I think the flowers we're using were like I don't know, they're these sort of big kind of white flowers, so you could actually even see like the red dye sort of go through the veins of the flower.
Cool.
It's quite cool, yeah.
That's how you get what my partner calls orchids of lies. The ones in the grocery store that are all beautiful colors, and then you take them home and pot them, and then they just turn white.
Oh, okay.
But they're actually just grown in dyed water.
They are orchids of lies.
Yep.